Oh, guess what? All right, you know what? I am going to do the music. I thought the music was giving us the drama, but in fact, I said I wasn't going to dance. I said to Kevin, I'm not dancing this time.
I'm blowing right now.
Sorry about that. Technology.
We're on.
Technology, I tell you. I've been here since like 7 a.m. just checking and rechecking and making sure and turning that on and blah, blah, blah. And I hit go live and it says, no, this link is not valid. And you're like, I'm talking, I can see people in here. And I'm like, no, it's not valid. Anyway, it is what it is. And this is where my brain, I love this sort of stuff. And so under pressure, no problems. I can,
Boom, but we made it.
We made it.
We're here. We're in the US.
We're in the US.
We're not yet.
Yeah, which is pretty exciting. I mean, it's been an awesome journey to this moment. And sometimes it's interesting. You always want the good stuff. You just want to have the good stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a song by Miley Cyrus.
And how does the song go?
It's the climb.
It's the climb.
It's the climb. Because when you get to that peak or that the plateau where you're like, man, it feels good to be here.
Well, we made it.
Oh my God.
Made it.
Your muscles are just bulging with energy. Yeah. Anyway, here we are.
Want to start up with some shout outs today. Jumping in. Shout outs Aussie Blue. Shout outs Mr. Clark. I think I saw a lot of you guys from Mississippi. I would love to see everyone comment down actually their city, because today's stream is made for you guys in the US. All the Europeans are in bed because it's 2, 3 in the morning.
That's
for them.
right. They're like,
none of them will be joining us. It's all the US friends today.
However, if there is some US friend, some Europeans, please let us know. Because I mean, maybe you did get up. And you're here to be part of this. So well, Gabrielle is from Canada. So shout out to Gabrielle. Yannick from Germany.
Staying up.
Forget about it.
Morning, 3 in the morning.
Forget about it.
No sleep.
My man. Yannick, well done, bro. Well done. That's an effort right there. All right, so we've got Florida, Tampa, Florida. We've got Jacksonville. They're coming in now. We've got NJ. What is that? New Jersey?
NJ, New Jersey.
New Jersey, probably.
CA, California.
Yajaira. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Y me encanta. I love that you call me pibe. I've said this before. My mother would always call me pibe.
What does that
it
mean?
Means like it's a very endearing word, like my boy, or like
my dear.
My dear, yeah. So pibe, it's a big deal. Yajaira, you asked me the question about. So this is for everybody. We've seen some orders coming through, and we're going to give you shout outs. The orders, I mean, the moment, there's some of you guys that are actually ninjas. Yesterday, we were testing, and as I was testing, I was with my good friend, Fred. You've all heard of Fred, my consigliere. And I'm doing some tests, and all of a sudden, ting, and I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? And I'm like, I thought it was a mistake. But no, Alex, you were like a ninja. You just came on in and you were already part of that. So if anybody did forget to put the traveler, use the code USA. Don't worry about it. Our team, we know over the next 5 days, this is what, we already know. So if there's a full bottle and there's a traveler in there, know that we'll take care of it. Yeah. But if you want free delivery.
Free delivery. We are doing free delivery for the orders over $300. What we've actually done is our team has helped us set up this app on the checkout, which you guys will see. And for those who have already made your purchase, you would have seen when you add your items that you want to buy. So say you want to add Bella Viola, or maybe you want to add Dolce Milano, or the set. Maybe you're only buying the set there. When you put it to the cart, there's actually a bar there that will tell you how much left until you will get the free shipping. It's a $300 threshold for that, and you'll get free shipping there. So you could do full bottle with the OT set. You could do 2 bottles, and you'll get the free shipping there. Yeah.
But again, if you happen to order a bottle and the OT, and the traveler, the travel will be complimentary.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you actually wanted to buy an OT
Correct.
and a traveler.
That's right. And you don't want free shipping.
Yeah. And maybe you want another free set for a gift for your friend.
Sure.
Send us a message, send us an email. We
Yep.
do know it is getting to Christmas time, end of the year, and the OT Traveller, what we've seen actually, are all the Australians who received their orders, all the Europeans. A lot of people actually have been purchasing the OT set, who've been getting the OT set, and they've been gifting it out to friends, which has been really cool for us to see as well.
So we've got a number of questions. We prepped. We've now been live for. We've now been live across the world for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. The response. You haven't seen our Instagram. Actually, I would love you to jump on the Olfactive Traveler Instagram. The handle is Olfactive Traveler. I would love you guys to support or join that and support that. A lot of people are talking about the different fragrances. And one thing that I'm loving is they're buying the Traveler and they automatically think, I'm going to gravitate towards Bella Viola because I love leather fragrance.
Yep.
And I'm not so sure about Dolce Milano, for argument's sake, because I'm not a gourmand kind of person, yada, yada.
Yep.
And they've been sending me messages going, I started testing. It took me by surprise.
It's not what I
expected.
Yeah.
It's not really me just yet. And then I respond to them. I say, give it time. So keep wearing it and then feedback. Give me some feedback.
Mm.
So the gentleman that I want to address is Vinit in Europe, and he wrote me like like an essay saying, okay, change my mind. And he actually ranked them. He said, this is my number 1 and number 2. And the recent email that he sent me was, my number 1 is this, and my number 2, he actually put Roma and I think Pelle and Dolce before. And now my number 3 is nothing. So there was no number 3, which I thought was funny. So the great thing about it is that there is an evolution with all the fragrances. There are some questions, and I've got this from Gustavo Delgado. He sent me this message, and I want to read this to everybody, but so that gives you an idea of some of the questions that might be out there that we can.
So Gustavo is actually someone who had jumped on before our website went live. I saw your name on the order sheet there, Gustavo. Gustavo jumped in and placed an order, and in the same minute sent Marcelo this email here as well. So going through some of the fragrances that he wanted to take a look at.
All right, so if you've got questions for us, please put it in. We will give you some shout outs in just a second. I can see love from Albania. So we've got another European. I commend and salute you guys because I know it's not early in the morning right now. Or it is very early in the morning. Gustavo, hola amigo, there you are, I can see you. All right, so the question that Gustavo asked is, so he broke down the 3 fragrances. One is Bella Viola. He mentioned that he's a fan of Falcon Leather by Matière Première and also Cappadocia by Memo. And the question was, is it similar to these 2 here? All right, my short answer is no. I find that Falcon Leather, and I'll totally sort of transparent, I don't have it in my collection. And I have said this on the channel before, Falcon Leather is a very robust leather fragrance. That's not the most robust that I have within the leather category is Herba Leather by Sospiro. So I like more things that are malleable and, I find that Falcon Leather can travel through a wall sort of thing.
So I've tried to actually at department stores as well. And there's always been something that stopped me from making the purchase. Maybe just on my own skin. I don't think it suits me too much. Is it maybe would you use the word slightly aggressive on the leather?
I think it really captured the name Falcon Leather.
Absolutely.
You can see the falcon coming into a glove that's being used, and it's animalic and it's potent, strong. Works for a lot of people. It doesn't work so much on me. It's not something that I naturally gravitate towards. So Bella Viola is a balance between the subtlety and the suppleness of a leather garment. Florence were known during the Renaissance. So I'm going to give you a bit of a history lesson. Prior to the Renaissance, leather was used as a form of protection. It was, sword fighting, blah, blah, blah. It was then during the Renaissance that leather became malleable and something that you wore as a fashion statement. So that's the Florence that we wanted to capture. And then the second part to it was that iris. And the iris, there's 2 companionship are classic elements of of Florence. So this is a gentle leather. It's present. It's supported with saffron, so there is that, you get that's I guess that smokiness from the leather, but really it's a balance between these two elements. It's something that's wearable. It's unisex. I find that falcon leather is very much a masculine fragrance. Sandra loves wearing Bella Viola. I've had also women who like, I'm not a leather person, and then wearing it going, actually Bella Viola is pretty good. It's very sophisticated. I enjoy it. It's my dress up fragrance. So it's a lot more of a subtle fragrance when it comes to that leather note.
It's funny because in our for our three perfumes in the Italy collection, many will say that the Bella Viola is our leather, but at the same time, it is the leather among our Woody Gourmand, Dolce Milano, and among our incense as well with Roma 271. But, you know, I've actually heard other people call Bella Viola our floral, and they don't really even... The leather adds a lot of depth and groundedness, but they consider Bella Viola more of an iris perfume, and so it's very personal.
And for those who don't like iris for its lipstick, and it's not that either.
This is not that kind of lipstick.
It's not that either.
Iris, no.
I'm going to show you a video. I caught up with Luca Maffei, and I asked him. I told him that we were doing this, and he actually is doing a shout out and giving you an explanation of iris blue. I want to address this one here by Michael Gazway. So Michael, I don't know. So the earlier question that was on screen was, is it similar to Dior Homme? There it is. Dior Homme, the OG. Interestingly, do you remember what Daniel said?
We've had Big Mike.
It was Daniel in
So we've also we've had pool of friends that we had try Bella Viola, and then now also after our release date, a lot of them have actually purchased it and worn it. I can't remember what Daniel Ceremony often said, but
I'll tell you.
But Big Mike is one of our good friends here in Melbourne, and he's been a big supporter of the brand, and he's actually purchased it. Bella Viola, he is the first person that we showed to when we were testing Bella Viola, and he brought up that it reminded him of the OG Dior Homme. And this is not the Dior Homme that many of you know, like the 2022 versus the 2024. This is the OG. I personally can't say that I've actually smelt. That one was so old, such a long time ago that I've never tried it myself. So it's hard for me to say. But Michael, who's a good friend of the channels, he is one that brought that up. Now, what did Daniel...
All right, so I just put in, for those who are not familiar with Daniel's channel, Seldomly Often, he's a gentleman who's actually Italian-born but living in Switzerland. He's awesome as a reviewer. You may, for those familiar with my channel, you may have seen him across there. We were in Rome and he was smelling, and it's actually, I think it's on the actual production, and he did say, he goes, this, and he's across these older fragrances, I'm not, this actually reminds me of the Dior Homme.
Yeah.
And he goes, and then Kevin, the OG, and Kevin said, you know, do you have it? He goes, yeah, actually that part, no, I can't remember. But the bottom line is that he does find it, that it is very similar. Recently on his Instagram, so again, Seldomly Often is his handle, he did a post, and it, I think, came out yesterday, and he went into great detail about Bella Viola. So have a read of that. I sent him a personal message saying, whoa, I did not, I mean, it's really was he was gushing with a lot of love. So have a look at that. It's quite an interesting comment that came through. Boom.
I want to jump in with a couple of shout outs. He Smells Like Rome, one of the original fragrance YouTubers. He says, what's up, guys? This is the first time I've been able to watch your live. Big fan. Shout out there. And all the people that are jumping in we got hello from Houston. We've got San Diego, California, SDS Sense, shout outs. Aussie Blue. Oh, actually, you know what?
Aussie Blue, Steve, yeah. Because because he's Aussie Blue, I thought, we're in Australia. And he's like, I'm actually in America.
Because I was going to say,
cool.
Aussie's in the house.
I love it. I love the fact that you're taking Aussie as the name.
Aussie's in the house. He Smells Like Rome with the question: are you guys shipping to the USA? Yes. Today, at this moment, we should probably do like a 5-second countdown. Our website is going live. It's open for US orders in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We wanted to do a countdown, but it's already live.
It was actually live about an hour ago.
Yeah.
It was live an hour ago. We're getting sales pinged through. People were just sitting on the computers waiting. Really awesome to see everyone's name.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
As we're prepping, just to know that these orders were, it's just like, honestly, thank you.
Yeah. Later towards the end of towards the second half of the live, I would love to actually shout out some of the names of people who've jumped in from the US just to show you guys love, and a thank you for you guys giving us love as well.
Absolutely. Just so you know, in regards to a promo, and we always promised we were going to do this. So let me say it again, and then Kevin will talk about the free delivery part. The US, we're doing a 5-day promo. The advantage that you have is if you buy a full bottle, you'll get the OT Traveler set for free. So it's worth about $109 US.
Let me just explain, because I've seen quite a few comments come through of maybe not doing the code in the right order. So what you've got to do is when you add your full bottle, then you actually need to go and grab the set and add the set. And then you put the code USA. The set has a price there on it. I think it's about maybe $100, $110 US dollars. Once you use USA as the promo code, that set itself will automatically start to deduct and it'll be gifted free. So you do need to add the set into your cart.
Yep. So a question just came in that... Oh, Sandra's bumping me out. A question came in that the USA code was not working. It's what Kevin is saying. Put the set in first, and then it will be deducted. However, if you have already made a purchase, and there's been a few, Yahaira was one, and may have been some others, don't sweat it, because our team know over the next 5 days that those who bought a full bottle, the set will become a free item. However, if you want free delivery,
yes, we are doing free delivery to the US only for this promotion period over the next 5 days, starting from today. Your order needs to hit $300 US. What we've done is we've actually added an app to make it easy for you guys on the checkout. So as you're shopping later after the live, jump on in. When you add items to the cart, you will see how
the progress bar.
And so you'll see how much you need left to hit the $300 threshold there to get free shipping. Pretty much if you add in a bottle, a set, or maybe 2 bottles, then it will already hit the $3.
That's it.
The $300.
That's it. All right. So the next question that Gustavo put forward was in regards to Dolce Milano.
Yes.
Now, Dolce Milano, and we've classified it as a woody gourmand because that's what Luca Maffei called it. And I'm not going to go against Luca's words.
Yeah.
However, I recently received a message from a good friend or a good subscriber in Netherlands, Thomas, and he actually said that gourmand, calling it a gourmand for him was misleading because he expected more sweetness, more sugary, more candy-like elements to it, when in fact it was more woody oriental.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
He actually said it was more oriental. So as I said, Luca called it a woody gourmand. I'm going to continue to call it a woody gourmand. What I will say is this. So, Gustavo, you mentioned that you don't like overtly sweet fragrances, the dessert-like that are popular right now. Dolce Milano is not that. Dolce Milano is very much, if you want to take these two classifications, either a woody gourmand or a woody oriental fragrance. There is a touch of vanilla, but it's very subtle and very sublime and pulled back. There are some early sort of fruit notes, candied orange and some zest. There is also a rum note that's in there. There is an almond sort of a chord that is in there too, a milkiness, but none of that really supersedes into a dessert-like element.
Our brief was not to make the panettone dessert.
Correct.
We didn't actually want the perfume to be just the smell of a panettone. There's already perfumes out there in the market. And so we wanted to celebrate Milan as a whole. And
that's the point. So we called it Dolce Milano because the fragrance is really about Milan and not about the panettone. The panettone happens to be part of that sort of
story.
It's that's story. Right. The personality.
It's one element of the story.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I find that for me on my skin, and that when it dries down, I do get a sweet vanilla woody touch to it. For those who may have been seeing my Instagram, I was posting, we've had a wonderful young lady from Singapore. Her name is Vera. And she wore Dolce Milano, hand on my heart. Vera, you can verify this. I did not know it was Dolce Milano.
Wow.
It smelled completely different on her. I mean, to the point, and there's a photo of us on this, it's called the St. Kilda Pier. So we've got beautiful beaches here. And we walked all the way to the end, and I'm getting this, and I said to her a few times, I'm like, man, Dolce Milano smells completely different on you. So it was more of a woody, there was a woody aspect to it. The sandalwood was definitely a lot more present. There is a touch of sweetness, but it's not a gourmand fragrance. So to answer your question, if you love Italica, I believe is a lot more sweet in its profile to my nose, and also a little bit sour because of the almond amaretti sort of accord that's in there. Ours is more woody, sandalwood, touch of vanilla.
Yeah, almost if you enjoy sandalwood perfumes, then this is more for you than if you enjoy sugary, sweet desserts. This is not going to be that. Although the name you may hear us mention panettone, my own wear of it, and then people around me, I've actually heard more people get this kind of creamy woodiness of the sandalwood, more so than, let's say, there is some dry fruit elements to it, but then you kind of just get that in the overall top layer.
Correct.
Before the dry.
I love this comment.
Yeah.
Is this Marianne Tan, as in?
Yes.
Marianne?
So Marianne, shout out to Marianne.
Aussie.
Marianne actually just posted an Instagram story that I just reposted here with her 3 boxes, like a boss, Marianne has the Dolce Milano, Bella Viola in the middle, and she's got Roma 271 on the side there with her OT Traveler set. I just reposted your photo. Thank you so much, Marianne. And
I do like your comic, and so woody gourmand with an Oriental twist, and I think that really we cover all bases here. And I totally agree. It's not traditionally sweet fragrance. Again, if this was a purpose decision or a conscious decision for Kevin and I, we did not want to do another dessert fatty, dessert fragrance. Yeah. Okay, so I've got here, put a full bottle, and then the Traveler set in your cart, then the code USA, and it will discount the Traveler.
Yes.
Boom.
That's right.
That's exactly it.
That is exactly it.
You'll see then when you do all that, your progress bar when it comes to free shipping will then obviously come back because you're not paying for the Traveler. So just be aware of that, okay? So
you'll add 1 bottle to the cart. The progress bar for free shipping will jump up. Then you'll have the OT set, which will push you over the $300 threshold. But if you use the USA code, the OT set will be automatically deducted as 0, as a free gift. So now that amount will bring you back down. Yeah. For those that are having trouble with this, don't stress at all.
Don't stress.
Here, it's only 1:30 in the afternoon, so it's very early for myself.
And let me go one more.
Yeah.
This is not a 15-layered organization where you don't know who is where and what. It's Kevin and me. I mean, jump on his Instagram, jump on mine, send us a message.
Just message us, be like,
correct.
Guys, I really can't get the code going.
Correct. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. You have access to us.
We'll organize it. The good thing is also this is a 5-day promotion. So message us now or after the stream.
Right.
And Marcelo and I, over the next day or two, we'll go through all the messages and help you guys organize it.
Yeah.
So
don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. We just had a message come up from Audra. Yay! One of the amazing people who joined us on the Milan tour this year.
Yes.
I can't believe how much has happened in the year, bro. I have to sort of stop again because I always want to say last year. Yeah. Anyway, so we did the Excellence tour with Audra at the start of the year. So lovely to see you, Audra, and I'm glad that you jumped on. And your question about the reserve, we thought this. We have put, so everybody did some reserves. We did put all that stock aside, okay? Your name is against those things. If for whatever reason you should have received an email to say, here's your reserve, push the button, it'll go into your cart. If you didn't get that, don't sweat it. That stock is still there, okay?
We've already put it aside for you.
Correct. So if you have to reboot, and don't sweat it, just go right ahead, put them into the cart. Yeah. The one that was the one that was creating the most angst is Bella Viola because of the limited number that it is. But again, we purposely put aside. Apart from the reserve, we also added a few extras in there.
There's a good number of stock.
Yeah, so just to make sure that you guys are safe when it comes to the stock there.
Yeah. If you did do your wish list and you do want to add more to that, easy. Add more to that because we have a good number of stock that we put aside for the US. Boom. Bella Viola. So in Bella Viola, for those who haven't seen, actually, you will receive a card here, which is a certificate of authenticity. You may have seen already over our Instagrams, on Marcelo's NFC, on our Olfactive Traveler, on mine as well, that we're giving shout outs to people who have received their Bella Viola bottle. When you receive it and you have the card, I would love for you guys to post a photo of the bottle and the card, because on the back here, it is numbered. There are only 500 bottles for this harvest of the Bella Viola harvest that we have from Iris Blue Farm. Each person, you'll have a different number. I just would love to see everybody's numbers. Yeah. So jump on in, share the photos, and make sure to tag us.
Now, some of them have been signed. So
Yes.
only 10 cards were signed by Luca Maffei.
Sign on the front.
On the front of it, okay? Numbered and a slash. Willy Wonka style, we we put them into the boxes and sent these out.
Yeah.
So if you happen to get...
I believe out of 10, I've only seen, so we've sent out all the orders in Australia, all of the orders in Europe over the last week. I believe I've only seen two out of 10.
Yeah.
So we've actually, as our team packed it, we just gave them these cards, put it in. We actually, we plastic shrink seal the boxes and we put them aside. When we get orders that come through, we'll grab stock and we'll put it in the box. Marcelo and I don't even know, you wouldn't be able to request the number, because Marcelo and I don't even know what card is in the box.
Yep. So if you happen to get one of those numbered cards, I mean,
it could show up this week or it could show up next month.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Or next year.
Or next year.
Next month is next year. So sorry guys, I created a new order and I didn't use my reserve email. That's okay. Don't sweat it, Steve. I hope it doesn't mess. It will not mess anything.
Stress.
Yeah, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it.
Yeah.
Our team, we're plus we're behind the wheel too. So our team are working with us, but we're also aware of what is going down. So the one last thing I want to share about Dolce Milano and staying online with Gustavo's email. So one, Bella Viola uses Iris Blue from the AFM farm, Luca Maffei's private farm. And the other one, Dolce Milano, uses the bergamot from his farm in Calabria. Now, this is a big deal to the two of us, all right? So and for those who are familiar with my channel, I'm always talking about the extraction of naturals from nature. Synthetics are important. It actually allows the perfumer to elaborate the palette. That's why you can get, pistachio notes and fruit notes and all this sort of stuff. So it's an important element. However, not to the detriment or the detraction from a natural raw ingredient. Jean-Luc Paris, when I caught up with him, I asked him that very question, how important is naturals in perfumery and as a perfumer? And his response was, if I can choose between a natural rose, he gave the example, or a synthetic rose molecule or lab-based, I will always choose the natural rose because of its nuance, of its personality, of its sophistication versus what can be constructed in a lab. I had a chance to catch up with Luca Maffei. I mentioned to him that I was doing this live. I did say to him, would you give a small shout out and explain these things? Because, we could say whatever we want, but hearing it from the source, I think, is a lot more valuable. So what I'd love to do is push this video that I did with Luca, and I would love to share that with everybody right now. Let's boom. We begin. Opa. Okay, do it again. If my good friend joins me. Et voilà.
Hello.
Buongiorno. Before I go any further, can you all hear that audio? Can someone just give me a thumbs up? Because I don't want to start watching and all of a sudden I can't hear it. I didn't hear anything. Did you hear that bit of audio? I'm going to play it again, everybody.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Come stai?
Bene, bene. How are you?
Good.
A million things. You're the man who...
Billion, not
billion.
not million.
Wow. So I've got a million, you've got a billion, because, yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's better to have a million things to think and to do that zero. So
right.
Always good problem.
Yeah,
definitely.
We're so proud that Luca Maffei was the perfumer for our Italian collection. And I've been saying this from the very beginning. We wanted no one else but Luca Maffei. It was an Italian collection. It needed to be an Italian perfumer. I know that Luca loves the raw ingredients from Italy, and iris and bergamot are important to him. But rather than hear me talk about it, I'd love to pass the time over to Luca.
So, hello everybody. Thank you, Marcelo and Kevin, to give me the opportunity to create 3 amazing fragrances for Olfactive Traveler. As Italian perfumer, I'm very proud to share with you a little bit of the Italian lifestyle of fragrances. For me, it's very important because it's part of my roots and my heritage. Play with the key ingredients that come from Italy. And for this project, I decided to have my own quality. So it means that Atelier Fragranze Milano, that is my fragrance house, have the exclusive access to 2 amazing ingredients. One is iris from Arezzo, from Tuscany, that is one of the best quality of iris all over the world. I use it to create pelle viola, and this iris contains up to 22% of irone, that is the molecule that gives the olfactive signature to the fragrance. And when you smell it, you can smell an incredible texture effect of creamy effect of iris blended with the leather, and also the earthy effect. And the second one incredible ingredient is bergamot oil that come from Calabria, that I use it to create Dolce Milano. Milano is also my own city, my country, my city. And so I really enjoy create something that is linked to Italy, but also to Milano. And to use this bergamot is bright, it's sparkling, it's fresh. And so you can, in this way, create a modern cologne. And again, see this ingredient in his most pure effect and high quality.
Now, one question that I'd love to ask is, why do you love naturals? Because, I mean, it takes a lot of energy to cultivate, to farm, to produce, and the months, the years that goes into, especially like an iris butter, when you can actually, I'm sure of it, construct it as a synthetic in the lab.
For 2 reasons. One is that this project allowed me to bring back the heritage and the traditional craftsmanship of the Italian farmers for natural ingredients. And the second reason is that nowadays, when a lot of fragrance puts the focus only on performance, so stay on the skin 48 hours or 2 kilometers of projection. And you can easily do this using synthetics, and it's important to use them. Natural ingredients are the signature of the fragrance, are the signature of the style of the creator. And so use them in a correct way, with a correct balance. It's very important.
And this is why we chose Luca Maffei to be our perfumer, because I remember having a meeting or filming early on, and you told me 3 core ingredients: rose, bergamot, and iris. These are the ones that you love to play. So we just knew it had to be you. Thank you, my friend. Bravo, that's it. Bap.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Ce l'abbiamo fatta. We made it.
We made it. All right, I'm going to stop the record. Sorry, just moving. There we go.
We're back.
We're back. Boom, we're back. I wanted to share that with you, but as I said, one thing that I always am very careful whenever I do anything on the channel, anything that I say, I research that to no end, and I try to avoid the tomfoolery that sometimes exists up on the internet. People make comments and it's opinions and all this sort of stuff. I always want to go to the source and understand clearly. So everything that we've been sharing on the brand and the things that we're doing. I wanted to validate now with the absolute source, so that you knew exactly that yes, the iris is from iris blue. Yes, the ions, which is the count of in the iris, which gives it that effect, is 22%. And to give you even more context on that, and there's a longer video coming out, which will be part of the discovery series that I'm building. Luca mentioned that normally in an iris fragrance, it's about 8%. That's the average count. When it's really like, when they really want to push it, it goes up to like 15%. There are some fragrances out there that have 18%, but unheard of 22%. Now, I asked him in that episode, what does that mean? And he says, and I can tell you the difference, because we had the formula that had been signed off by Luca, which had a compound, and that compound had, that 8% ions. And it was a great fragrance. It's beautiful. I mean, we were both happy with it.
This was an iris that actually was a compound blend. So I believe Italian, French, and German, to give you this effect that he wanted in the perfume. Sometimes perfumers need to construct and work a bit of magic to put things together to come out with the creation or the smell that they have in mind. But he was like to us, boys, if you really want to make an iris perfume
celebrating Florence, really celebrates Florence. So he goes, well, you need iris blue. Yeah. And for those who may not be familiar with that storyline, that as he's saying this to us, I already knew this is what I wanted. And I already knew, and I also knew that this was going to be very expensive. Yeah. But in my heart, I didn't care because I'm like, this is what I wanted for our fragrance, To
give you guys a little bit of an idea, the first formula that we had that we thought was already finished, that iris cost us about 25,000 euros per kilo. And this iris, as he was telling us through the Iris Blue farm that him and AFM have just secured now, and it uses 100% pure natural organic iris from Tuscany, so from Italy. That one cost him 85,000 euros per kilo to use that in the perfume to celebrate this. And for us, we knew that once we told the story of how it came about, that we would need something like this here, the Iris Blue certificate of authenticity here. AFM sources its iris from Iris Blue Farm in Florence, Italy, under an exclusive agreement. This partnership ensures the supply of high-quality iris palladia. And this is something that it has the year of the harvest. So the one that you guys will receive will be the 2025 harvest, and your bottle number. So your number /500. There are only going to be 500. So once we sell out from this harvest, there can't be any more made. It just happened that when Marcelo and I had this meeting with Luca, and we were finalizing the Bella Viola, we were actually at the very end of the iris season, and all the iris oils that he was able to harvest there. A lot of brands try to get their hands on this high quality pure iris oil, and the iris concrete that Marcelo and I were able to get. We were at the very end of the season, so we literally only had enough to make 500 bottles from this batch, which is probably why we've seen Bella Viola. It's actually become our brand's bestseller, and I think everybody wants to get their hands on this because we don't know when we're going to run out, but we have put aside stock
for you guys.
Yes. Yeah. So don't stress about that.
But we will run out.
We will run out.
I already know this.
Yeah, but we think for this promo period, we'll have enough bottles for you guys to jump on it.
Yeah. So, and this is a decision we also made early on, and that is that once we hit our 500, we can't just go, let's go another go. Yeah. Because we got to wait for the next harvest to come through. So,
and we want to use this iris. So we don't just want to, let's say we sell out next week. We don't just want to come back and make another 1,000 using another iris because it's going to down our quality.
No. It will never happen.
It's going to smell completely different.
It's not going to happen. Yeah. When are US orders expected to ship? Good question. This is the boss here.
So it is the weekend for us now, jumping online, and we are punching through. The next 5 days, the offer is on for the US. Our plan is that once we get back to the office, today is Saturday here in Australia. When we're back to the office on Monday and Tuesday, we'll be doing all the paperwork for everybody's orders. It is literally first come, first serve. So as you guys order later, I want to give shout outs to everybody who's placed an order. We can see on our OT website right now. I'm going to be doing the paperwork in order. So if you do place an order on the 4th and 5th day, then you'll have to wait till everybody else's order comes out.
We will look. One thing that we promise is we will move quickly.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that is within the. I mean, too quickly, and we start making mistakes. So we are going to move dedicated throughout this process to get these orders out to you. I don't want to promise, and we said this before we started. No promising of dates, no promising of times, other than you will get our full attention. We know that next week. We've pushed everything else aside, knowing that there will be orders, or we were praying that there will be orders. And so our dedication will be to fulfill these and get them out.
Okay. The good thing is, we can proudly say that we've partnered with DHL here. So in the last few months, with my other brand, Onsoko, we've worked with other parties before, and nobody has been as reliable and efficient as DHL. They have a very premium name in express delivery. All the paperwork has been on point, and they have delivered to everybody's doorstep. So we've had no dramas there. I'm very confident that there will be no dramas sending to the US. Yeah.
Good question, King Tech. Sorry, we're $1 off the free shipping because it's an equation. It's not a little person going $1. We got to get this $1. So all I'm going to say is. It's
how it happened. So it actually, because we here are an Australian brand.
Yeah.
So we price our products in Australia.
It's that exchange.
Aussie dollars.
Yeah.
And once we do the exchange rate,
yeah,
it's whatever it is in euros and it's whatever it is in US dollars.
Yeah. So the short answer is I don't know. I get your point. I feel your pain, but I don't know. And I think I don't know. Yeah. Boom. Let's have a look. Yeah, sorry. Arigato. So the leather note. So Fat Danny, who's a very thin person, because I always love the irony. Like in Spanish, you say "hola gordo," as in like the fat man, but you say it to a person who's actually very skinny.
When I was at school, my school had probably 200. I went to an all-boys school. It was 200 guys in my year level. I was the third shortest out of 200. All these big, broad Aussie guys, really strong guys, and I was this little Asian boy. And third shortest kid, they used to call me Big Kev.
Yeah. Anyway, so Fat Danny asked the question: how leathery is Bella Viola? We shared. So after this, this will go onto the channel. Yeah, you can watch it. But just as a quick recap, the question was, is it similar to Falcon Leather by Mathieu Premier? Is it a profound leather fragrance? Short answer is no. I went into a lot more detail. So if you want to scrub that point there, you'll see that the fragrance is actually a supple and subtle leather blended with this wonderful iris note, and the two of them work beautifully together.
There's actually 3 amazing episodes that we did when we announced the brand launch.
Or that too. Yeah.
And each perfume, we have a dedicated episode on the NFC channel. If you just scroll back, maybe you type in NFC Olfactive Traveler, it should come up. The episodes were, I think, about 15 minutes for each perfume.
Yeah.
And for Bella Viola, we really dived into the Iris Blue Farm, Luc Maffei, why we chose the naturals. So all that good info about the card as well. Watch the dedicated episode that we did on it.
One last thing while we're talking about Luca, Iris Blue, and all that sort of stuff. One of the questions I asked him during my interview is, are you afraid of dupes?
Interesting. It is something that I think a lot of you, because I assume that if you're on the live here, then you guys are also perfume collectors as well. And you probably would have seen this huge momentum in the last 12 months of the conversation about dupes. And as now people who have created our own perfume brand, I'll be honest, it is something that's ringing in the back of my head of, if we create this global hit that everybody loves, will I start seeing dupes of it?
Right. So I asked him the question, are you afraid? Because as a creator, and I can tell you, some of these fragrances took us close to 10 to 12 months to create. I'm going to come to Roma 271 in a second. So there's a lot of energy and money,
time,
creativity, from the brand, from the perfumer, and then along comes, so this is my view, okay? Along comes someone who essentially takes away, steals all of that and creates something, you see? And all the risk is taken out, because if you now, let's take Aventus as a classic example, you know that thing, if you can dupe that you're going to generate some sales.
It's a bestseller for a reason.
So, but that person, the duper, takes away, it has no risk, you know, other than having to market it and promote that they have that available. So I asked Luca, are you afraid of that? And in a way, will you become redundant because the dupe market will supersede? He was so cool. He's a naturally cool guy. I don't think anything ruffles this man. And he leaned back and he said, not at all. He goes, because the killer of a dupe is natural ingredients. He said, and he said that in that video there, that the natural creates sophistication. It creates the signature to that fragrance. It creates a beautiful harmony. It actually is the refinement of what that fragrance is. Yes, you can replicate an iris or a rose or whatever it may be, but it will never supersede what a natural ingredient can actually do to a fragrance. So he was like, it's all right, it is what it is, it's part of the game that you know this industry's we're playing. But he's like, he actually, I didn't tell you this, but I told Sandra, he said we are walking into the golden age of perfumery.
I think so.
And the reason for that is, and I said, well, what do you mean by that? Because I actually, you know, I feel like there's a level of saturation. And he's like, no. He says, now is the time where the consumer, the customer, is very educated when it comes to what is a fragrance. Before it was a commodity, it was something that you just, you know, as an extra. Whereas now it's actually an accessory. It actually is now enhances personality. It now denotes who you are. And so more and more people are wanting to understand what is it that makes this fragrance so unique and sets it apart from dupes, for instance, which is all chemicals and aroma chemicals, whereas here you're now getting these different blends. So he actually called it, we're in the golden age, and he actually, and this is why they're doubling down. I won't share other things that they're doing. He did share quite a lot of other naturals that they're investing in as AFM. So that gives you another. So they're buying more farms when it comes to natural ingredients.
At the end of the day, there's always going to be a market for people who want to get dupes. For those that are more the OT customer, I feel like a lot of us are more in it for the art, right? And so you're in it for the art, the amount of work, the work that's gone behind it, the story. And so I think that's the dupe conversation is for a different market.
And Lone, you're right. The original can never replicate entirely. And it's true. I had a friend of mine come up to me, very, very swagger-like, and he says, do you like my fragrance? I smelled him. I'm like, yeah, you smell really good. He goes, yeah, he said to me, all honesty, Aventus Absolute. And I'm like, because I've got it. Smelled him again. I'm like, I said, it smells different on you. And all of a sudden his smile starts to fade. And he's like, no, it's Aventus Absolute. I'm like, it's way too, there's a weird note in there that I'm picking up that I don't. And he's like, actually, it's a dupe. And I'm like, brother, just say it's a dupe, man. Just like, why do you have to brag that it's something that it's not, you know?
So someone, for myself, who've used perfume as artwork, it would be like me looking at the Mona Lisa and saying, this is the... Yeah. And then when you come home, when Marcelo comes to my house, I have a print of the Mona Lisa.
And I'm calling it a Mona Lisa.
I'm not going to say that that's the Mona Lisa. Am I?
That doesn't make sense.
Same thing.
It doesn't make sense. Anyway, but it's okay. No, you do you. The key point is that we want to protect what we're creating, and it's the natural that creates that signature. That's its thumbprint that can't be replicated. Now Sandra's giving me hand signals. She's saying flippity flip.
Can you two swap? Because some people can't seem to change it, and they're only seeing Kevin. So do I just do a swap?
All right, I'm gonna swap.
Now you get half of the show with Marcelo.
Hello, everybody. I am here at more than just a voice. It's weird because I can see it. Unless what could be if you're watching it on your phone,
and if you're watching it on YouTube, like a reel live, then maybe it's vertical.
Yeah.
But what you need to do, if you just jump over to YouTube on a search bar,
yeah,
type in niche fragrance collector to get access to Marcelo's channel. that top video there should be the USA live, and just hit that.
Yeah.
Just hit that.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry.
go via YouTube, maybe.
Yeah. Sorry that you could only hear my voice.
It could be the link that I was sharing, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Now,
So Roma.
Roma. So the next question was staying on Gustavo. Thank you, Gustavo. Look, it's it was the detail. Like,
so for those who missed it early on here, Gustavo is a customer that we just saw place an order this afternoon, and he had sent over an email with a couple of questions regarding the 3 perfumes. We thought that it would probably add value to you guys to also hear this as well.
right. I like Marianne's comment that just came up, and just so you know, there's no. I'm not a snob, meaning that even links in a can, it's a beautiful smell. A beautiful smell is a beautiful smell. The part that, and this is what Kevin was saying, the part that I have a hard time with is if you're saying to me, this is a gold bracelet, this is made of a 18 karat, but it's just gold plated, but you're trying to make me believe, that's the part I'm like, just, it's gold plated. Just say it's gold plated. It's not a big deal. I don't care. I mean, you do you. But yeah, that's the part that anyway. The question from Gustavo regarding Roma 271, and this is a part where I'd love Kevin's input, which is the minute et demi.
The Minuit et demi by Fragrance du Bois.
Stand on this side by the looks of it.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm back here. Hey, I'm back on screen, everybody. Gustavo said that Roma 271. This is for my partner. She loves Minuit et demi. For those who've tried the perfume by Fragrance du Bois and demi rolling, because it makes her feel cozy, like a clean amber scent. And so he was listing some other perfumes like Grand Soir by MFK and getting a comparison by that. This is a perfume. Let me grab it out. Roma 271. Boom. Here we go. It's actually a perfume that we almost didn't make.
It would nearly.
I almost stopped this guy from making it. Almost.
I'm going to stand here. So he nearly crushed this one.
I nearly crushed it, and you guys would have got something completely different. But thank goodness I listened to my wife.
Smart boy.
Who actually made the decision for us in the end. As we were testing it, this was the one that took us the longest to make. This one took us so long. We went back and forth. We gave Luca Maffei multiple briefs. I felt really sorry for him because he was executing on all the ideas that we had, and we just weren't landing on something together. We weren't seeing eye to eye on this. And then in the end, we had the last, I think, 2 or 3 different briefs for our Rome story, our Rome concept. And Roma 271 was one that I was testing quite a lot in and out of the house. And my wife, Emily, she just kept raging on this smells incredible. And I wouldn't tell her what it was because I wanted my one to win. But in the end, Marcelo's brief, his story, his vision for Rome was the one that made it to our Italy collection. So Roma 271 is what I like to say, the perfume that celebrates Rome in the evening. I like to say Rome in the evening. Now that I've been there with Marcelo, he took me to see the Pantheon at night with the whole glorious Pantheon lit up at night. It's stunning. Personally, I think that it's actually more beautiful at night than even in the day.
I agree.
It's just incredible. You just jaw drop. You're just in awe. And you were telling me about the history about it, where like the marble and where everything you can see where things used to be, and it was just incredible. The church bells in the background. There were some nights on our fragrance tour where Marcelo and I and Sandra and Emily, we just popped into an alleyway where it looked like a church, and we just sat in and listened to the choir practicing in the churches on every street. Now that I've been there with you in the evening, I could really see the vision and understand Rome in the evening is our Roma 271.
That's right. And this is so it starts off with that espresso, that zesty orange and those elements, to wake you up and bring you into the city. But when it dries down and it moves through, and there's an incredible transition on this fragrance, it takes you to the evening, and it's about you, I guess the sacredness of Rome, and I shared this recently on my monthly talk that Pantheon, that pillar, has been there for over 2,500 years. Someone else, if you can see that, like a visual of this, this time traveling has touched that 2,000 years ago. It's just crazy. Yeah. Now on the back, and I just want to point out on the back of all the boxes, we put a lot of work in the actual because we don't. I mean, I'm a keeper. I'm a nerd when it comes to this sort of stuff.
There's one other thing. Marcelo, like many of us now, also he's a big collector, and he loves Easter eggs. So we don't want to reveal the Easter eggs, but there are Easter eggs among the boxes.
Everything. There's a lot of stuff that we
all we'll
put.
say.
One Easter egg that I'll tell you because it's very apparent is that there's a diary entry on the back. That's actually my diary. I've mentioned before that I do like writing my thoughts and things that are happening in my life. And this is a diary entry from 2017. And so you'll find that on the back of the boxes, it's a very personalized expression of what, our vision of the cities and things of that nature.
These were all diary entries that we made when we were in Italy together on multiple tours in the past years. Now, to address Gustavo, when you brought up Menuit et Demi, for those who have tried, that is, in my opinion, it's a very sugary, boozy coffee perfume. So very different to this. This is a perfume that we did want to wanted to celebrate a smoky coffee, the kind of espresso that you have in Italy. So there is this touch of coffee at the start with this orange zestiness to it. Not so much citrus, I would say.
No.
But you get this bright opening at the top. And it's more so this kind of smoky coffee. And then as it dries down, you'll get some of this dark iris. For me, the patchouli and amber actually holds everything together. And the incense is like, I imagine wrapping a bow around this perfume, and it's the incense that wraps the bow around it.
I mentioned on Matt the Talk that the incense for me is very myrrh-like. Myrrh has a dark fruit, almost boozy element to it. So it's not that smoky incense like frankincense can be. So it's all very much like, think of a wine barrel that's been seeped in, like a woody barrel that's been seeped in wine, and the smell that generates, that's the type of incense that is in here. So it's very subtle. And a lot of people talk about that it's not an incense forward fragrance. It's part of its construct. And I think that's the beauty of what Luca has done, is that no particular note says, I am this. It's this beautiful, very, very, very round and journey-like fragrance.
The very latest comment by Janik here, actually, who received his order already just the other day. Janik says, a coffee fragrance, even a coffee hater can blind buy.
Right.
So it's not if you're imagining a sweet coffee, this is not it.
No.
This is not it.
No.
The coffee really is just in the opening to give you that bright lift.
Yeah.
And then the incense, the patchouli, the amber. You'd probably call it more of a dark amber perfume.
I call it, I actually dubbed it a soulful amber.
A soulful amber, yes. Yeah. A soulful amber is a very good call.
Now, guys, we've been here
Close
for
to an hour,
57 minutes. We don't want to take too much time because I know that it's getting closer, or it's getting deep in the evening for the
East
friends.
Coast.
Yeah, that's right. The New Yorkers. Yeah, the New Yorkers.
I think it's about 11 p.m.
So what I want to do is really, because I have to say, and I have to acknowledge, we have been getting, there's been a number of orders come through. And again,
amazing.
because when you start, I mean,
oh, say can you? We love the US. We love you guys.
because and without boring you with details, there is a high, and this is, sorry, I finished my sentence, but you need to know this, that there is a high investment when you start to move into this area. So we could have used, and this is a conversation we had very early on, we could have used a perfumer that is part of a large organization, but not necessarily somebody that,
no big name,
right,
and just make juice. That's pretty much
That's it, makes juice. We always were about celebrating. So you can see on all the bottles, it actually has the name of the fragrance, but the perfumer is part of that conversation. So Luca Maffei is on each of the labels here. That was one. Two, we did multiple iterations on what all of this should be. This lid, for those who've had a chance to experience it, caused us an enormous amount of headaches, pain.
You guys, I mean, there's a reason why this brand did take us 12 months to launch. From initial conception, design, ideas, the cap was completely different to where we started to where we actually finished.
When you look at it, you think the simplicity, and it's like, oh, they did this in 10 seconds. I can show you the emails and the headaches that this man was having to get it just as we wanted it to be. So the sprayer, for those who actually, I haven't sprayed anything.
Sprays into the air.
Yeah. So,
let them see.
So if you can see, look at that.
This is just, we wanted something that is pressurized, that will give a really great even spray with great volume on it.
Oh, I was gonna say, that's gorgeous.
That's
Roma
beautiful.
271. I wrote in my diary that this was the one that Kevin wasn't, as I said, was reluctant on. And in my diary, I wrote, this will become the dark horse. This is the one
It has.
that people will go, whoa, what is this? So
Yes. The labels on every bottle, it has Luca Maffei on it. We really proudly wanted to put his name on it.
Yes.
And he really proudly wanted to be involved in this project, so we're super grateful to him. To give you guys an idea of the work and the art, and also the concept behind our brand, Olfactive Traveler. For those who haven't watched our announcement video, it's a brand that's tied into our fragrance tour business. That's really the spark that ignited this idea to make a perfume brand. And the Italy collection celebrates this year's Italy tour. It's the first year that we took our guests on a 9-day tour. Everything is about slowing down, enjoying the places that we go, the places that we eat, the people that we see. And so even our brand does not have a traditional 2 ml discovery set. Our discovery set, when you experience our brand, we wanted you to experience it the Olfactive Traveler way. So our discovery set are 8 ml sticks. This is the OT Traveler set that you guys will receive as a gift just for the 5-day promo offer. When you purchase a full bottle, 2 full bottles, 3 full bottles, add in the OT Traveler set there, and you can use the code USA for it to automatically deduct. This is a gift from us, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. Yeah.
Now I want to do some shout outs. There's been we've told about the hard work behind it. So you build, like in Field of Dreams, the movie, if you build it, they will come. I mean, sure, you hope that that's the case. And so it's been so exciting to see people adopt and understand and jump in and partake and be a part of this journey. So USA, this is, I want to give a shout out to these individuals and what.
You just read it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So actually, I've got it here.
Oh,
I'll do some, you do some.
Okay.
So I've got Fanetti.
Yes.
Grazie mille. Sang Boy, thank you so much. Jose Arguelas. I think I said that right. Jose. Thank you so much. David.
Just the first names.
No, I want to do certain
Okay.
names.
I don't want to give out everybody's last name.
Wincoop.
Okay.
I'm going to try Wincoop. So David, thank you. Robert Macawiak.
Joshua Langham, Jose Losoya, shout out to Brian Romero, Lawrence Brackett, Juan Hernandez, thank you very much.
Oh, hang on a second. Juan.
Yes.
Juan. Tac. Yes, Juan. Grazie mille. Pelle Viola. Good choice, my friend. Good choice. Then we've got Rocco Guetti, Michael Marquez, Sean Cruz, Dennis Campbell, Scotty Navarro, Rob, my man. Thank you so much, Rob.
Yes. Ilana Cheneyfield Harbor, Steve Asper, Lon with the big triple order. Lon, as you receive 3 bottles, there's going to be a very big Easter egg for you that I would love for you to work out. Send us a photo when you get your order. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, but I love it. Tino Nagnico. Tino Nagnico. John, the mayor of Discord. Good to see you, bro. Oh, okay, I'll answer that. Roberto Luna, Robert Baylor, Carter Williams, Carl Gemont. I gave it a French name. I don't know if
Gemont.
Carl Gemont.
Carl's about to say, my name is pronounced Janet.
I gave you a French. Paul Hing, I think I said that right. Robert Brosio. Ronald
Callahan. Michael Gassaway. God, this guy, yeah. Michael Gassaway. Gustavo. Shout out Gustavo. Gustavo's the one who sent us.
Actually, Gustavo, my brother, you've been the author of this conversation. Thank you, my brother.
Shout out Jaime Perez. Jaime
Perez. Oh, we just had an order from Ray Cham come through.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you. We've got Iwali Schuster.
Yep.
Yep. We've got Joseph
Serino. Yep.
Tori Hardy, Yajaira Marchetti, grazie mille. And then
Michael Shandling, Michael with the 3 as well.
now, before we started, we got a few orders like when we went live. Some ninjas got in
These
there.
were the ninjas who actually ordered when our website wasn't officially open yet.
Right. So we got Jorge Isaias. We've got Karim Lakhani.
Ray Chan.
My man.
Yeah.
Gregory Gu.
Yep.
And then Alexander, I mentioned Alex Kremer. Thank you so much. I sent you a message this morning.
Yep.
And then Fred,
Yeah.
while we were in there, he goes, you know what? I can't be in the live tomorrow, so I'm going to order it now.
Do it.
So thank you, Fred.
Fred said, do it.
And then Travis Taylor.
Thank you.
Duc. Grazie a tutti.
You know, we've actually been working on making sure that the US has access to Olfactive Traveler for nearly 2 months.
Yes.
It's been something we're just working away. We're contacting multiple different couriers, shippers, clear the paperwork. There's a whole lot of work that goes behind the scenes to get it out to the US, even to the point where Marcelo called up a lot of Australian brands that we're friends with, a lot of perfume brands, and we asked them, how do you get it into the US? And a lot of them are not able to send. So they even told us we can't do it.
We don't do it.
And
we're like, we can't have that. We can't have that.
No way. There was absolutely
Can
no
I
way.
just say, Kevin put in so much hard work and it was all on Kevin. Let me just put it out. It was all on Kevin. He had to literally go back to school. The pressure was.
So it's for us to get this account to send. I actually had to go to school to do a course. They made me sit an exam. They made us buy like safety books and everything. So our office now is like a whole safety center.
And the thing was this: you pay up front, and if you failed,
then you just
lose it. It wasn't like, oh, just tweak this and add that.
Yeah.
If you failed, you basically had to reboot and go do the course again.
Yeah.
And so this man, there was a lot of pressure. And then on top of that, we had a deadline because we had promised everybody that mid-November all orders were going out. So this was looming on us. And so all of this, we're trying to find quickly solutions. So honestly, I've said it to Kevin, but I want to say it here. Thank you. And I'm glad that he's Asian because because
I'm smart.
Smart
by default. I was born smart.
Had you sent me, I would have tried more charisma. Charisma won't work as much, Whereas, yeah, I'm glad that we got that over the line.
So we've had now all of our orders in Australia already land. We've actually had this week, in the last few days, all of our orders across Europe land. We've had people post. Next week, as we pack and send orders, if there's any dramas, please just send us an email through to, you'll find it on our website. It's service@Olfactive Traveler.
Michelle is doing an awesome job for those who've come across.
Yep.
Just a shout out to her and the hard work she's doing. So yeah, we're very responsive.
If there's any big dramas, she'll let us know about it. Right. Don't stress at all. We'll be able to resolve. And we'll get your orders out throughout the week there. As you receive it, I would love for you guys to post it on your social media, the Instagram. Please tag us, because once you tag NFC or Olfactive Traveler, we'll both get a notification to see it. We'd love to push it out there as well for everyone to see that it's landed in the US. So,
yes, finally.
Super excited. Yeah.
All right, we're going to end, everybody. Yannick says Asians aren't scared of exams.
That's right.
Oh, exams are scared of Asians. Not another Asian kid. Like they see Latino boy coming up, they're like, yeah, we like him.
I didn't even have to do the exam then. I think they just passed me.
So what else we got here in closing? Shout out from Texas, John. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Ray, thank you. Love what you guys are doing. And yes, so again, like Kevin said, Ray saying, love to do the travels. South of France is the next tour in September. It is a small group. We've already had a number of bookings come through. When we hit our quota, we close it down. The birth of Olfactive Traveler was because someone reached out to us for the France tour last year, and we said, can't do, we're booked out. And they're like, well, that's unfair. We're like, but that's how we do it because we want small groups. And so then that's what birthed the idea. It was like, what if we, you know, because it is unfair that we not, you know, people don't get a chance to participate. And so we thought, what if for next year we do a fragrance to celebrate this experience and celebrate connections and celebrate the country, the perfumer, and boom, Olfactive Traveler
There we
was
go.
born. Yeah. So next year it will be France. There's a clue in there already.
We've got some secrets. We've got big things happening. If you're a fan of Olfactive Traveler, you want to be there. That's all. You want to be there.
Yeah. The two are integrated. The KM Fragrance Tours and Olfactive Traveler are integrated together. Merci beaucoup to Gabrielle. I'm still waiting for mine to arrive. Oh my gosh, Gabrielle.
I know exactly who you are. Shout out Gabrielle. Gabrielle is actually from Canada.
Canada. Yeah. It should be on its way.
It's on its way.
It's on its way. All right. Everybody, thank you so much.
Salud.
A massive thank you. Nick. Okay, I've had this question raised. How do I join the Discord? Nick, go to the NFC channel. You'll see that there's a join button. You can do it off your phone. You can do it off the computer, and it's $4 or it's $4 Aussie dollars. If obviously you're based in the US, it's like
$2.50 or something.
Yeah, $2.50, $1.80 because of the exchange rate. So yeah, just click on that. Once you are become a member, send me a DM and I'll send you a private link to join that group. Okay, so that's super easy. Super easy.
Boom.
Thanks, everyone.
We love the USA. We'll be there one day.
Yeah, actually, I want to do that straight away.
We'll be there one day. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.